Hey all, it's David Ducker coming back at you. And today I'm going to be talking about negative competition. I just recorded a video on positive competition, how competition can be good. So now I'm going to talk about the other side of the coin, negative competition, and why I believe that this is the root of all evil in role-playing games. Every type of problem player I can think of, their real problem is the root of their problem is that they are not part of a team, and or they believe that they are the star of the show. When in fact it's a team sport. Everyone should be a star, and you should have an all-star team, just like my team, the All-Star Squadron. That's what we have called our group, because no one can think of a name, and I keep saying All-Star Squadron so often that I've just named the group that. And it makes me think of Starman every time. I don't know why, because there's like 50 members of the All-Star Squadron in comic books, but Starman is the one I think of, because he had one of the goofiest costumes that's still somehow cool, in my opinion. You might just think he's goofy, but I love Starman. Anyways, negative competition. So, negative competition is when you want to be better than everyone else, and you're trying to put them down to get yourself elevated. That's what negative competition is. So thumbing the other guy in the eye, stealing the spotlight from him, no-selling his character. So, oh, you think you're cool? I'm going to ignore you. How cool do you feel then? Watch my video on power role-playing. Power role-playing is, as I said in that video, it's a horrible thing to do. And it's a great example of negative competition. That is what power role-playing is. It is using all these dirty tricks intentionally to put someone else out of the game. And it's 99.999% of the time you don't want to do this. And people who do this are assholes. You don't want them at your table. So let's go down the list. The lone wolf problem player, he thinks that the show's about him, and they're not a team. So that's why he's an asshole. This is negative competition. He wants a spotlight on him so much that he removes himself from the other supporting cast members. That to me, that's negative competition right there. If you look at the power gamer, he wants his character more powerful than the other characters. So he's not fitting into a team. He's trying to elevate himself again above everyone else. That's why the power gamer is a problem. It's because he's not part of the team. He thinks he's better than the team, or he wants to be better than the rest of the team. Possibly put together, depending on how broken your rule set is. If you talk about the special snowflake, they're not trying to fit into a team. They want to be the star. I want to be the star. I'm writing this ridiculous backstory so that everyone has to focus on me at all times. Me. And they're begging for attention. And that's negative competition. They want no competition for the attention. They want the attention on them. So, if your character starts talking, they'll interrupt, and they'll start talking. If you do something cool, they'll ignore it and mention how their character can do something cooler, or I can do that too. It's nothing to brag about, and they move on. Let's move on. Your character can't be move on. Your character can't be in the spotlight. Leave that character alone, and everyone focus on me. That's negative competition. So the special snowflake, the lone wolf, the power gamer. What else have we got as problem players? But I think all of them are basically going to be because they're not integrated into a team. They're trying to compete against, not with. They're trying to compete against the other players. And positive competition is about competing with people. To try to make sure that everyone is the best and that you're the best of the best. Whereas negative competition is just about, I'm the best and you all suck because I'm the best. and no one can challenge me for my bestestness, or whatever. It doesn't make sense. You got 7 people sitting down to play. They should each have 1/7 of the spotlight on them. At each time you can only have 1 or 2 or 3 people in the spotlight, but over the course of the whole campaign, everyone should have got about 1/7. These guys who are competing, they want to make sure that like 95% of the spotlight's on them, and then like the other people are like 1%, 1%, and then the last 2 have to fight over a percentage. That's what they want. So it's negative. It just builds this horrible atmosphere of toxicity. Where it's like, the characters might fight each other. The people out of the game will get angry at each other. Just like it. It's like me. Like I will get legit angry at people if they are power gaming, if they're stealing the spotlight, if they're lone wolfing. If they're doing any of these things, if they're a special snowflake, I will get mad at them out of game, and I will talk to them. I will yell at them because I'm really confrontational. Ask anyone. I am really confrontational, and I think about these things. So somebody might not think about it and be like, oh yeah, he's power gaming, but what are you gonna do? Well, I'm sitting there though, stewing and getting angry, and I'm thinking like, he's motherfucker. Power gaming. He thinks that he is better than we are. He thinks he deserves more spotlight. He thinks his character should be better and that his character should get more spotlight. And he's doing it in such a way to push all of us down. So I'll be sitting there thinking about this and just stewing and just getting angrier and angrier. Until I start power role playing as revenge, and not I will yell at him when outside of the game. After the game's over, I won't interrupt the game to yell at him. I won't even talk to him at an intermission because I don't want it to be awkward between us for the remainder of the session. But I will talk to him after the session, and depending on how that escalates or de-escalates, one of us might not be coming back. And it might be me because I won't put up with this, and it might be him because everyone else knows he sucks. But either way, I'll talk to them about it. But I think about these things, and if somebody is trying to steal the spotlight from, not even from me, because I can get the spotlight. I'm a good role player. My characters are interesting, but let's say I bring in someone new, and and they're sitting there, they're shy, they're not a very good role player. This is the kind of person you need to throw the spotlight onto, so that they can feel their legs, so that they can get a chance to shine, and try to enjoy themselves. Let's help this new guy enjoy himself. So let's shine the spotlight on them. So, if my character is talking to someone, like, oh, what do you think, new guy? What is, and I'll bring them into the conversation. Or better yet, I'll be their sidekick. And I'm like, oh, you're talking to me? No, you want to talk to him. He's my boss. This is the man you want to talk to. This man is the most powerful arcane wizard of all time. And put them over, make them feel special. So what I get really angry about for the negative competition, the guy who thinks he's better than everyone else, I don't get angry for me. I get angry for that guy, for the new guy. And I'm like, you can try to steal my spotlight, I can steal it back. I don't care. But if you try to steal his spotlight, he can't get it back. He's going to have a shitty time. He's not going to come back in the game. We'll have lost a player. And, the hobby might have lost a consumer. So the hobby has shrunk economically. And he might badmouth the hobby because of you. So he'll prevent other people from joining the hobby in the future. You have just damaged the hobby that I love. and that new guy, you've damaged him as well. I don't love him, but you know, he represents the future of the hobby. So by attacking him, you made me very angry. You know, you come in and you try to elevate yourself and push that guy down, and I'm just like, you're not thinking about the future of the hobby. You don't care about the hobby. You only care about yourself. You know, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen again. And, you know, I'm not going to be passive aggressive and attack your character. Although I might be passive aggressive and power roleplay, but I'm definitely going to be aggressive and talk to you, you know, to your face, and I'll try to be polite as I can be, given how angry I'll be by the end of the session. But I'll tell him, like, you need to help this new guy. You don't need to put him down. He can't even get in the spotlight if you weren't here. He needs someone to shine the spotlight on him actively. You know, why are you here? Why are you here? If you're not part of a team, we came here to be a team. If you came here to be one guy in amidst a crowd of other one guys. So I'm like, think about if there's two of you. Think about if there's two people who have negative competition. And just the damage and the eye poking that they're going to do to each other. They should be incredibly angry by the end of the game. I would be. So this is my rant on negative competition. Basically, I recorded the positive competition video because people thought I was talking about negative competition. I just said, I was talking to the Role Players Anonymous forum, and I don't even know how it came up, but something, I said, competition is great for a game. I love competition in the game. And everybody's like, oh, you're evil, you're trying to steal the spotlight, you're trying to power game and lone wolf, and you're special snowflake, and you're, you know, all of these other things. And a piece of trash. But I had to go back and say, no, that's not positive competition. Like, that's negative competition. All of those things stem from negative competition. So I did my video on positive competition, what I actually do to encourage people, so that they encourage each other. We're competing with each other, not against each other. But I wanted to do this video agreeing with everyone who attacked me and saying all the things that they mentioned. Yes, they're bad. They're bad, wrong, fun, and they're evil. You know, this is the case of, you know, it's not a case of, oh, well, I respect your opinion and you can do things however you want and you can have fun. No, this is actually bad, wrong, it's no fun. You know, I don't even think it's fun for you to steal the spotlight. And, you know, this is why I get mad at power gaming, at lone wolfing, you know, whatever you want to call it, optimizing or twinking your build or whatever they call it. You know, special snowflakes, these guys, this is why I don't like them. It's not because they hurt me, it's because they hurt the new people. And that is bad, wrong, fun. It is. It's bad. It's bad for the hobby. It's bad for individual human beings when they think that they're going to make friends, they think they're going to express themselves creatively, and they think they're going to start a new hobby that they're going to love, and you attack their character, so you've attacked their ideas, and through their character, you know, you've also to some degree attacked them socially. They're trying to make new friends, and you shut them down. And then they don't like the hobby, so they don't want to continue in it, and they discourage others from continuing in the hobby as well, which you know makes all role players look like you, that you're the face of the hobby to them. You're the role player to them. You're the one they remember the most. You have the strongest impression, and unfortunately, it's a negative impression. So these are my thoughts on negative competition, why it is wrong and evil to it's an evil action to steal the spotlight, to power game, to lone wolf, to compete with someone in a way that puts them down instead of in a way that elevates them so that you can also then be elevated. So, great topic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you've seen negative competition, leave that below. If you want to defend any of these practices, if you want to say, oh, well, I was power gaming so that I'm better than everyone else, but I didn't do it with the intention of making everyone else look bad. I only did it with the intention of making myself look better than everyone. If you really think about that, you'll realize that you're wrong. You'll realize why I don't like you. And I hope that you will then cease doing these things. Because, and sometimes maybe they didn't think about it. They're just, I was just power gaming. I didn't think about how I made everyone else look like shit. Especially the new guy. How I made the new guy feel like shit. I just thought I was optimizing my build. I didn't realize that I was going to do this damage to the game. Or even if your game master is not good enough to compensate, you could really wreck the game there, and then you could wreck a game master so he quits the hobby. That's way more damaging than having a player quit, because then you don't have somebody running games anymore. So you power gamed yourself into not having a game to play in. That's like the worst case scenario. The best case scenario, like I said, is just the new guy leaves, the hobby doesn't grow, and it stagnates. That's the best case scenario. But if you do want to defend, lone wolfing, oh my story was more interesting without the other players. If you think that's true, leave that below. See how many likes and how many dislikes you get. If you think that being a special snowflake was a great idea, and how you're half Aasimar, half tiefling, and half dragon, and you're this mongrel character who's starts at level 5 when everyone else starts at level 1, and you have a Vorpal butter knife of flaming whatever. If you think that this was not going to outshine anyone else, then you didn't think it through. You just didn't. Outshining someone else is a terrible thing. If they don't have anything else going. Like, I can outshine you in combat, and if you outshine me in social situations, that's great. But if I just outshine you at everything, that's bad. That's really bad. That's rude of me. People will get mad at rudeness. I will. So if you want to defend yourself, leave that in the comments. And you should have the confidence to know that if you are right, the world will agree with you. And if I am wrong, the world will disagree with me. Because I have that faith in my opinion. I'll put it out there as I see it. And I think everyone will agree with me if they think about it. And if you feel just as strongly on the other side, if you say everyone should make a character who is power gamed and a special snowflake, and then they should all go off and lone wolf it, and this is how a game should be. There should be 6 people sitting down, and they're not compelled to stay together, and they're all crazy, ridiculous. We've got a man playing a dragon. We've got a half angel, half demon, and we've got a vampire who's immune to sunlight, the Daywalker, and we've got we've got a man with a sonic screwdriver, and he's playing Doctor Who when everyone else is playing in a fantasy game. And if you think that's how it should be, and then they should, and they should all power game, and they should all be special snowflakes, and they should all lone wolf it and split up. If you think that's how it really should be, then I really strongly encourage you to try playing it a different way, because I think you will have more fun, and you'll do less work. It's less work and more fun. So I finally have to kill this video. I have to end this. I've been rambling too long. I get upset when I think about these things. But leave me your comments. I do want to hear them, and I do hope that whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever this is, and time. I hope that you do have a good day at least. Cheers.